Okay. So this is a clarity satsang. If there is any questions, you can ask anytime. One question that I had in this session was, are we happy about where we are on the path? So before that, if you have any questions, you can, or in between also, if you have any questions or anything to say, you can always pitch in. You can discuss if you have anything to clarify, anything that you feel about the path. Of course, I'm not asking any testimonials or anything. I'm saying, are we just contented? Are we happy that we are where we have to be? Because if we are really happy on the path, that itself is evolution. You being contented, you being happy the way life is going. I don't mean that if you do all these things, life is just going to be brilliant and no problems in life, and it's all going to be just wonderful. I don't say that. We never talk on that terms also. It's impossible to have that kind of a life. It's not possible that you have 100% perfect life. So what we are trying to ascertain here is, am I able to handle life with all the spiritual practices, with all the evolutions? Am I able to go through life in a dedicated manner without getting boggled down, or without getting demotivated on the path of the obstacles and things like that? Am I able to keep my stability? That's where my question was. We must always ask these questions to ourselves, because there will be a lot of these programs and all we are doing. Okay, good. But again, we must reach to that point. That point, I'm not talking about any destination. For us, the destination here is being able to transcend dualities, being able to transcend the lower nature of our mind, and being able to neutralize life. Jivan Mukta itself means we are not talking about destination. Jivan Mukta means it's about the journey, how you are going to manage your journey. It's all about the journey, being free in the journey. Whatever you do, whatever you have been able to do, I don't say that you have to do everything, so that whatever little or more, whatever you have been able to do, there must be one reason that why you came into this platform. So is that platform taken you to a sense of being okay with life? For me, that's success. I don't consider anything else. Just being okay with it, neutralizing life, freedom coming from that, and just being free in living life the way it comes. That's what we are talking about success. Far more than okay. Puniji says, okay. Rest all are saying yes, yes, yes. Happy. I'm happy to hear that. Now, I'm not asking this for conviction. I'm just telling because you must reiterate this to yourself. I wanted always to do one program, reprogramming your mind will reprogram your life. Maybe we'll do it in December somewhere. It's a powerful program. It's just retraining this mind, because I thought, because we have never gotten to that end where we are trying to manipulate this mind, because we are sort of now believers that everything happens. If everything happens, why do we need to do anything? That's the new belief that we are borrowed. Those are all teachings, but we must investigate about that. We must investigate. Yeah, I'll talk little on that. Absolutely very happy and contented, immense gratitude, Anita Raina says. It's inspiration for me to be on the platform. Absolutely, yes, Vani says. Beautiful to be on this platform. Okay, rest all are saying fine. Far more freedom than before, Puniji says. Okay, that's good. These kind of questions. Yeah, sorry. Ira, I didn't see your hand here. Please go ahead.
Namaskar, Bhaiya.
Namaskar.
Thank you. My question was basically
Uh-huh.
about a feeling. Like what I feel is between Advaita and Dvaita.
ये आप ऐसे क्यों बैठे हो? एंजल लग रहे हो, एंजल। तो एक एंजल का
Thank
फोटो
you.
देख रखा है मैंने
No, I'm really grateful to you, Bhaiya, always. And I feel, honestly, you have done so much for us. You have given us so much clarity, and it has resulted in so much of conviction
Great.
that, you know, there is what I want to ask basically. So really, I want to fold my hands and say thank you so much.
Okay, जी, thank you.
So yeah, that's one way, isn't it, of expressing. So I'll, anyway, I'll put them down. So what I wanted to ask was, I feel I'm between in the transition zone between Dvaita and Advaita at times.
Absolutely. Yes.
So, for
At times,
example,
I think always. We all are in
all
that.
the
Yes.
absolutely. So what happens is, I'll give you an example. For example, I say, okay, let me do, at the moment I'm sitting, let me say thank you. Let me be grateful. Then I say, grateful, okay, thank you, God. Thank you, universe. Thank you for giving me so much. Thank you. I'm so abundant. Everything is so good, beautiful life, this and that, lots of experiences. And then I'm thinking, because that's opposite to the understanding of Advaita. Then I said, who wrote the script? Of course, that undivided self in Nirguna Avastha wrote that script. So who are you thanking? Are you different? So there's a starting point is that, and you have started with Dvaita, and then you have moved to Advaita, and then you say, oh, all right, a kind of transition zone, kind of confusion, not exactly confusion, but fine, you've moved to that. So you just go,
Yes.
okay. So that's
So
one example.
are you trying to ask, will it settle down into Advaita, or am I going to be dangling in between? Something like that.
Say that again, Bia.
Are you trying to ask that, is there a time where after doing this practice I'll simply settle into Advaita, where I don't even have to thank something and then, be in that oneness? Or
Yeah.
will I keep dangling, or will I be always in this transition mode? Is that what you're trying to ask?
No, Bhaiya, I'm just sharing an experience and then coming to the question.
Okay.
Yeah, part of it
Okay.
is that. And then also like forgiveness also. And ultimately you just think at the mind level, oh, so what? As I say, there's no problem because you are the other person is you. There's no difference. Everything is undivided consciousness. This is that. So that's at mind level, obviously not an experience level. And so
Ah.
everything is not taken as seriously and it doesn't
Mm,
impact on you. You're not judgmental, as I said last time, and you move
mm,
on. You have immediately you can come off whatever immediate feelings you have. When you're saying your illusory self is the feeling this way at this moment, fine, it's gone. There's nothing. So, but when it comes to actual action, you might think at the thinking level you are undivided, but then all the resources of your individual self are being used. You're not that relying on that undivided self. For example, you have to take action when treating somebody, and you're just in your human role as a doctor. All those resources you don't go on to, isn't it? You're just that time you feel yourself. Feel means
absolutely.
you don't even have time to think that you're that unlimited consciousness. You're just
Absolutely.
in that role of limited thing. So my
Absolutely.
question, yeah, obviously it's uh, so the transition zone, as you said, yes, you can answer that question in the sense that yes, is it going to stay like that? Secondly, will it come in that experience? Thirdly, what I feel is there a problem? Because at times you're just thanking somebody, just saying you're thanking your gurus, thanking people who have brought you here, and thanking the
Yeah.
universe, thanking cosmic intelligence, and then asking for forgiveness and this kind of things, just like that. Because not that you have got anything left to forgive or you think of anybody as you need to forgive somebody, but just like that as a good practice, then you are practicing happiness, healing, happiness, all
Yeah.
these things. So yeah, the first part of question is, let's say, is that. Secondly, if you can elaborate on I can move on to that, but I also enjoy this also. But then I get confused and I'm in transition zone. So, yeah, clarify the path, please.
That is life. That is life. We are practitioners certainly of Advaita, but if you see this very closely, that practice of Advaita gives us rasa in Dvaita. Now see, because you have a higher understanding that I'm forgiving this person, and then you ask, who's there to forgive? But then you also said that that's just an intellectual illumination. It's not in an experience. So that's all fine. In the practice, this enjoyment. Now, if you see Ram, for example, you can imagine what would have happened to Ram if he said whom to kill. Ramayana, Ramayana would have never happened. you know, there is rasa, there is a fulfillment because that was his prarabdha. We all have prarabdha, so fulfillment will be there, and fulfillment will always happen through Dvaita only. The day all these fulfillments are complete, you move into that zone of Advaita because there is nothing left. When there is nothing left, you automatically shrink into that oneness, even without doing. But this doing in this yatra, how it helps is it doesn't build up new karmas. Plus, it helps you enjoy this journey. Like you said, I'm enjoying it. You're loving it. You at the same time know that there is nothing much to do forgive, or there is nothing much to interact on this. But on the other end, you said I'm enjoying. That is what we are coming to this whole practice about. It is about how to relish this life with this deep practice of knowing the play. We are only trying to understand that this is a play and eventually let it grow into us. We are not trying to strike like a lightning and become boom into that. And that will not happen also. First of all, that will not happen. It is a very gradual process. First we learn, first we understand, then we get convinced, then we have doubts, then we rise, then we fall, then we have few moments, glimpses of oneness, then all this, like you said, we enjoy this journey. All this will take casually a long time. But as I said, if the destination is Advaita, I am telling it is, we are still not talking about the destination. We are just talking about the journey. And journey is Dvaita. So when you have the added advantage of this Advaita knowledge plus even little experience, it makes you free. The whole idea is to make you free through the Advaita experience that everything is coming from the same Chaitanya. So ultimately, there is nothing to bang my head here. There is nothing to take life so seriously. So that we will eventually keep on learning as we have Advaita experiences. See, like you said, whom to forgive and who's the one who's asking, whom to interact with. So, what will happen in that case? You lose interest. Slowly, you will lose interest in all the unwanted things of life. So, what happens? You settle down little by little by moving away from all these kind of unwanted stuff, and then you find deeper meanings in the Dvaita. That's what exactly is happening to you. Even the profession that you have and all that, you're enjoying at the same time. So, as we told earlier, also, even if you decide that I want to end this experience, Dwight, it's not going to happen. This is a very casual process which will die out on its own because these experiences and the samskaras are so tiny and minute. We cannot just straight and we cannot put an end to it. As I said, even in the journey that we are going to the Advaita, there is a level of effort that is needed. After that, there is no effort. As I say always, level one, level two. Two is all these what we are doing. But while we approach level three, all that we can do is prepare ourselves and come and live to that state. Then there is an absorption that happens. There we don't do anything. So basically asking, Advaita is not in our hands, but to prepare for Advaita is in our hands. The non dual experience, the final mukti, moksha, absorption, no saint, no Mahatma has said that, it will take so much time for me. I'm going to take so much. Nobody has done that. If you see all the great masters, even they did not know when their self realization happened. So nobody's prepared for it. So what happens with all the saints? You look at all the Jivan Mukta people or all the gurus. They're simply doing, hanging around, doing their practices, learning, practicing, learning, practicing, and one day, boom, it happens. And when it happens, nobody knows. So all that they do is bring on that intensity, purify themselves, and that is what we are exactly doing. So there is a lot of fun in that, because we know, and that is what my question was: Do we feel do we feel happy on where we are? Who will feel happy right now? Those who see progress, those who see liberation, those who see freedom from their own mind, those who see their life is settling down, more of peace is coming, and they're enjoying the journey. Life is not as triggersome as before. So many things, improvement they're seeing. So that improvement, when you know that, yes, I'm happy right now. 100% you are somebody who will know that you are going to end up somewhere good only, because you have seen your yatra till now. So you are very sure you will be taken there. So what can we do right now? Enjoy the journey. Enjoy in all these things. If you see, even Nisargadatta Maharaj, he used to enjoy doing puja. And when people ask, why are you doing puja? When you see, I am that I am, everything is the same, why are you doing? He said, you'll not understand, forget it. And this is the meaning. Because nobody can pull out of Dvaita and say, no, I am Advaitic. That itself shows that we are not in that state. Because if somebody is in really Advaita mode, Jivan Mukta, and they even see that the play is going on, mind you, they will not interfere in the play. They will allow the play to go. So allow the play to go means what? They will also play. They are also playing the game. But in knowingness and awareness, consciousness, they are playing the game. And that is called Jivan Mukta. You know whom to forgive. There's no one to forgive, but still you forgive. You know there is no one to do puja to, but still you do puja for the thrill of it. And there is no benefit out of that puja. If you see Nisargadatta Maharaj is not doing Ganesha puja and asking for blessing, 100% no. I don't think so. Or putting that agarbatti. He was not doing it, but he was inspiring a lot of people to not give up anything, because sometimes preconditioned minds can have that, oh, we are getting so, then we have to give up this world, we have to give up our actions. And that's what exactly Krishna is telling Arjuna also. He never advocated him to leave everything. He said, be in the world, be a king, be a warrior, but don't take credit for that. You don't be the, and what is that? So when Arjuna says, I'm not the doer, God is doing through me, and he's moving around. What is he doing? Exactly this state. He is simply playing his role there. His dharma is going on, but he's not doing anything. So that is the state of Jivan Mukta again, being free on that. We are all on that path only. So I don't think anybody, I have not seen any gurus also, even if they know that it's all a play going, they'll still play. And all of them are playing. All of them are playing until you're really done with it. Until you're really, really, really done with it. And how
Mhm.
will you know that? Because even gurus, even enlightened beings have prarabdha. Until
Mhm.
prarabdha is running, they will be in the play. See, even Achar Baba, for example, Avadhuta, when I met him the third time, and I had many mysterious experiences with him. Third time when I went to see him, he had gone very thin, and he doesn't talk. So there is this assistant of his who is very like illumined guy only.
Mhm.
He knows so many things. So I told him, why is he so looking so weak? And strangely, that guy said, all the karmas with whom he had to deal with, it's all done. He's packing up. I said, what nonsense are you saying? He won't do all that and all. Then I said, this guy is
Mhm.
mad, because he is not talking in Avadhuta. He is sitting, and why will he that live? And exactly that only happened, what he told. So, see, here also it's obvious they are playing the game.
Mhm. Just play the game.
They play the game till they can, and they go, and maybe they take another role. Also, God knows what happens after that. You never know. They might, like Nityananda, while leaving his body, he indicated that I have a call, 1961.
Mhm.
In some other dimension, I have a call. It's recorded, what he said in text. I have a call, I have to go, it's urgent. And there is another area that I have to go to take care of. That
Mhm.
itself shows. These beings keep playing around from this dimension to that dimension. So what are they doing? They know it's a play,
Okay.
but
Mm.
they are playing an active part in it. So we are all doing the same here. That's our answer.
Yes, yes, beautifully answered. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Really grateful.
Thank you.
Because it makes me wonder whether I should say thank you, express gratefulness in my mind, forgive or not in my
You
mind.
should.
And now I'm very
You should.
clear. Yeah,
You
thank
should.
you.
You
Let
should.
it, yeah, we have to.
Actually, I would say if there is a call from inside to do anything in this world, we must do it. Never, we shouldn't suppress anything. Like, only thing is to go on
Mhm,
and do that in a very detached fashion. That is what we are learning here. It's not to put an end to anything. Put Because anything urge is coming means there is a sanskara there. Some completion is there. That is why that icha also is coming. So that
mhm.
cannot be put apart. What we have to do is we have to give it completion in a very detached format. We do it, we enjoy it, and we allow it to go and experience the happiness out of it. See,
Good.
that is
Yeah,
what in
that's
Shambhala
good.
practice we were discussing. The rishis
Mhm,
that they said the purpose of your life is to come in a human suit and experience
mhm.
the diversities of God. See, that's so beautiful statement because
Yeah.
there is an icha, there is a desire before we took this body that this world is so beautiful. This entire creation is so beautiful and so many varieties, so many options, the navarasas, and it's very tempting. And so let us go and have a delight. चख ले थोड़ा उस चीज को. तो चखने
Mhm.
आया तो चख ले पूरे तरीके से. Whatever that is, like, you know. So, and what is that chakna? Knowing that this is the creation, beautiful creation of God. See the diversity, see the fascinating things, see the amazing aspects of this creations, see the interaction with life, and how that gives a meaning, though it is entertainment. Nothing to take serious here. It's just an enjoyment, a merry, a play, a fair, a mela. मेले में आए टाइम पास किए मौज मस्ती किए गए so you have the awareness I'm here to have this experience of this diversity and you said when you truly experience that diversity truly when you experience you will feel gratitude because you will feel wow I'm so
Mhm,
grateful that I can enjoy this. I'm so grateful.
mhm,
When you said, I feel like thanking my gurus, I feel like thanking this. And why? Because you are giving thankful. Why? Because you are experiencing it completely. Even suffering you experience. And from suffering, you are understanding how to come out of suffering. So probably you said the gurus, they helped me in the transition. So you must feel grateful because that experience who gave you? That transitioning who gave you? Somebody gave you, so you are experiencing that somebody. When you give that gratitude to somebody, you know that somebody is nothing but again chaitanya only. The Lord only is
mhm,
playing through that person also. So
mhm.
you are grateful to that. You see the Lord is acting from here also. So it's fun to see the whole thing, and that's why the Shambhala masters, I like their definition. You have come here in a human template to experience the diversities of God and go. That's all. No, nothing serious. No agendas in any manner.
Thank you for
Okay.
you. Thank you
Thank you.
so grateful.
Thank you. Yeah, Vivek.
Namaste, Jay bhai.
Namaste.
Yeah, so just since as you had asked the question, so my experience is fully relaxed. Like office work is also relaxed. And
Uh-huh.
few 15 days back, I just I don't know whether it is. I just told I am one with the universe. Let it take care. I just thought like that. From next day onwards, what I found my office work also became very peaceful, much more peaceful than
Yes,
previously. So I
absolutely.
don't know whether it is because of praying or it had to happen.
No, 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 no. This is very deep.
Mm.
Actually, that is what I was talking about. This program which I've always wanted to do, which is reprogram your mind and reprogram your life. Because the moment you reprogram your mind, life will automatically reprogram. Where do you reprogram? You're just reprogramming the subconscious. What is subconscious? Subconscious is subjective. And what am I? I'm objective. You must have heard all this Rumi's beloved. beloved, beloved, beloved at all. So much of romance goes on in spirituality. If you have seen, the Sufis are romantic people. The Sufis are simply all about love and love and love. They are in love with their beloved. So that's why you can see Rumi and all the Sufis talking only about love. Kabir talked about love. What is this love with whom? Where is this beloved? Have we ever found out where is this beloved? People say it is God somewhere in the skies, or some say God is within me. The true meaning is subconscious. Subconscious is your beloved, which is known as the feminine. And I, the aham, is the masculine. So when I enter into my subconscious, I am romancing with subconscious. And that is what you mentioned, like, and there are ways to enter into that union with the beloved. That's called the union. Making love, what you call as Krishna and the other half, the feminine part. It's it's all this only. It's deeply about being involved with your own self, loving oneself. Loving myself is what? Falling in love with your own deep subconscious aspect, which is a very hidden and mysterious part. And if you see, what is our life is made out of subconscious. Our prarabdha, where does it come from? Subconscious. Everything trickles down into the subconscious. From the Gyanamaya Kosha, it comes into subconscious. From the subconscious, it becomes conscious. And then, so what is conscious? Jagrita avastha. What is subconscious? Sushupti avastha. Deep sleep mein. It's in the deep, dark realms. But there are many indications. There are many ways that this subconscious can be entered. There are ways. And, while doing these things also, it's like you enter into a dream zone. Like, I am now in Jagrat. And if I go into sleep, that is Sushupti. What is between Jagrat and Sushupti? The dream, Swapna. But practically, if you see, we live in this whole day, Jagrat, then we go to sleep and we enter into Swapna Loka. And then after that, we get into deep sleep. But consciously also, this can be done. So if I am going to meditate, who is this meditator? Jagrita Avastha. I am awake now. Then I close my eyes. I go within. As I am going into the Sushupti, into the Samadhi, deep sleep, before that, there is a twilight zone, Tandra. Many of you go into that zone. Intoxicated kind of state where you say, right, uh, I'm sleeping, but I can listen to yours. That is a Swapna, conscious Swapna Loka of a yogi. That is the state, the doorway to subconscious. Because if you go into the subconscious, it's dark. You go and jump into it, it's nothingness. And you have no hosh. Like you go into deep sleep, do you have any awareness? It's not there. So the only time you have some awareness of that subconscious is in that twilight zone, when you're just entering Tandra. So the whole, what you call reprogramming, can be done in that zone. So that's what I wanted to do that, but it always remained pending. Maybe in December we'll do that. December is a good time because I feel um, the so-called formality of New Year, because we need opportunities to change, to transform or something. So we can look forward to reprogramming our life. But you need a good number of good level of preparation. Preparation means the intensity. It all depends on how intense do you want that life to change. And with a certain practice for a certain period of time, it is possible that you entirely change. Everything can just change into what you really want. That's manifestation actually. The whole thing is manifestation. If you actually see in our Jagrit Avastha, whatever is there right now, full day, whatever we went, this was created from the subconscious. In the twilight zone also there are hints of the whole day. That is what we call as premonition, the deep dreams. और ड्रीम्स में दिखाई दिया कुछ. What is that दिखाई दिया? Actually, everything is created from there only. In the astral world, first there is an imprint, and slowly that becomes matter. That comes into our Jagrita Avastha. So, in the astral world, if you can tap and see, which we saw in Shambhala, we talked about that. The astral world first, then in Shambhala, we saw that 72 hours it takes. First, it happens in the astral world, and from there to happen in the physical material world, it takes 72 hours. So, the people of Shambhala, the rishis, they know this 72-hour gap. So, if they are very conscious and in this twilight zone where it is about to manifest, they can rechange that incident. But that is all that entry into that zone. So that comes through awareness because you have to be aware in that twilight zone, and then you can actually change, do the changes of whatever life you want. So I thought that's a good experimentation to do that. Maybe in December we can look forward to that and learn that. But again, then you'll have to keep at least 2 months of that practice intact. What you do, because you can literally reprogram your life. There is a secret. The secret is all in the feeling. Feeling is everything. Feeling is the language of the beloved. You cannot romance with your beloved without feeling. See, with your external beloved also, can you romance without feeling? Internal beloved, that is your deep subconscious, also without feeling. What is that feeling? What you feel every moment with the intensity of what you feel, that only enters your subconscious. Whatever is registered in your subconscious is all a product of your feeling. If it is not what you have felt deeply, it cannot get registered in subconscious. Are you getting it? You must have felt it very intensely. That only enters your subconscious. Now you see, all the problems in our life are deep feelings. Whatever has been deeply felt, that only becomes our problem. That gets embedded in the subconscious, and then that subconscious creates in the material world. So basically, simply to tell you what you feel, you're simply creating a long distance creation. First, it will go into your subconscious, and God knows how much time it takes for it to slowly manifest. So many factors are there. But whatever gets stored in the subconscious will manifest. So that's the karma only, what we are talking about. So that zone is there, that aspect is there, where you can actually recreate a lot of stuff. But there is some deep intensity of practice that is needed. Subtle intensities, the subtle awareness has to be so sharp to settle on there. So with practice, it can come. All those things can come, and you need not go into that zone immediately. Even little things you'll do, you'll start seeing immediate changes in life. Many of you are already, when most of you have done the courses of manifestations, attracting the highest good and all that, you can see. So probably when most of you are telling that life is changing and things, something has manifested. Without manifestation, why would you feel that you are evolving? Something that you wanted, something that you're looking forward to, somewhere, maybe not 100%, but it has begun to manifest or it has manifested. But if you understand the science of that and deeply get into that, you can fine tune it even more. It's as simple as, like, if even your health can change in just a couple of hours, it is not magic. It is not a technique. You might say, oh, I want to attend that webinar now. What kind of a thing it might be just in a few hours? It will not work that way. You must have deep practice of it, a hold on that. And that's what I'm trying to teach here in so many methods and so many ways. You mastery. And all these webinars, oh, most of you who have done this, you will, it will benefit, because every webinar me, it has got that depth. You can see how sukshma and different angles you're going. So the more you practice it in your practical life, you'll start entering into that, and you'll start getting mastery. Then when you sit with these kind of programs, now you're ready, get into subconscious and all that. But without basic practice, as if somebody hears this and say, "Oh no, I have not done anything practices," but very interesting. You might come, but it might not be easy as it seems. I'm telling, hours within hours you can change. It might not be easy. For whom it is easy? Those who have practiced and have had certain level of mastery. You must experience, because this is a part of the experience of human experience. You're experiencing your own powers. What all do you have, and how you can even refine and experience the diversity of this creation through all these methods. So it can be changed, it can be reprogrammed. So I think I'll call that program as reprogram your mind, reprogram your life straight. I think it's a good welcome for 2025, because it needs a lot of investment of time, your sincerity. Your sincerity should be there. Then only. So,
And
yeah, please go ahead.
yeah, and my mind doesn't talk unnecessary things. Sometimes it does. Then I catch him. Okay, you are starting this again. Then he says, okay, okay. Then he goes off. It goes off. So yeah, a lot of unnecessary thought doesn't come.
Yeah, see, there is nothing called unnecessary. If you see, the whole thing is that, if you don't get entangled in whatever you do, whether it is horrible thing, whether it is hopeless thing, whether it is nice, not nice, whatever it is, if you're not entangled in it, then it's absolutely fine. Why this mind tells, oh, you're talking unnecessary, you are getting into unnecessary things? Because there is an imposition, it's a dogma, it's a teaching, it's a principle. You shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. We should come to a state where do it, but you're free from it. It doesn't matter. Then
But
even
actually,
that doing also will not have intensity, which is not right. What you say, what is called as unnecessary, you will do it, but there will be no impact into it. I would rather suggest that than curbing it, because sometimes what we call unnecessary might be an urge from your samskaras or some kind of completion. There's a good possibility. We do not know.
yeah. But when the thoughts keep coming and some talking is going on, then earlier, like I used to feel so much, heaviness and so much of chattering. Now, keep quiet. I will just have mind, keep quiet, don't talk. It will be.
Yeah, yeah. If you become aware, and even you don't need to even say don't talk. See what happens, when you become just aware, that will drop. Unnecessary thing will just drop. There is no dialogue also there.
Mm.
There's no question. The moment you become aware, because what aware means, what it is only sat and asat. So inside your intellect is telling you this is useless, this is untruth, this is false, this is not needed, this is fake. So the moment your discrimination shows you that, it'll just go off. It's a very automated kind of process. But yes, we can enjoy that through an dialogue also. Either from the mind you create, and then you say, "Chup ho ja."
Mm.
And why are you talking so much? And then you come to this side and say, "Okay, okay, I'll stop."
Yeah.
That's also fun only in one way.
And one
Okay,
more interesting thing happened when I was telling about the project. Even my senior who is there, he's into this spirituality only. So somehow, I never found any of my seniors are also spiritual and in this direction, but somehow I got this also. So kind of he's understanding the thing.
definitely, definitely. See, that is what I was trying to tell you. Know, we can create. These are, you might say it is a it's not a coincidence actually. It's a very much a subconscious creation only. Subconsciously you are creating, because we are not aware of what the subconscious is creating. We do not know. We only
Mm-hmm.
create all these kind of circumstances, and it can be done to a large, great extent. But I told that preparedness. Many of us are scared to take the plunge. There is something called a plunge. When you exactly want life the way you want it to be, there is a risk of throwing yourself into the unknown. That many people are scared. They say, we will catch the railing only and go into. So that is where the catch is. Because sometimes in life, life can simply beautifully rearrange itself. If you're not happy with the circumstances, I'm telling you, I mean it. If you're not happy with the circumstances, and if you start practicing these things or what you really want, immediately life will start relocating itself. You might have a relocation of geographical location, you might have be relocated from where you are, or your job or career or things like, and it is very scary. So that is what I meant by preparedness. If we are not prepared, then if we are no, we'll go play it safe, then it will not work. Safe is my free will, my mere, and that what I'm talking is divine will. Divine will means God is not planning. The automated system, the universe takes care. It simply handles, and actually, if you see, universe is taking care of us. If we don't allow this mind to interfere,
Mm.
it simply arranges us to where what is most beautiful for us. But due to our impulses, due to our desires, vasanas, our egos, and our domination, we only change the course. It is actually automatically going towards the right direction, but we pull it, we control it in some way, and we take decisions and we end up paying for it. The consequences, everything is our decision, and there is a consequence for it. So, if we just allow things to happen, it can. And that is what I'm talking about. It can be, life can be totally reprogrammed, but there is, you must have utmost faith in what's happening. Things might seem to go just wrong.
Mm.
So, if we are not prepared, we will grab back our free will and get back to the old stuff. And that is how many people do not change their life, even though they want it. That courage is not there. Courage is not there because they have not experimented, and that is what I'm trying to tell. Experiment. Do those experiments. Every single practice is what we do. Keep playing with it, and then see small chota mota years. So they then slowly take bigger steps. But it will happen. I have seen. I have applied this in my life, and I'm telling. It will simply, completely, dismantle your current existence. It can do it. But see, that is what we are seeking. We want freedom to be where we are. So called soul agenda. What have I come here to do? If you want to get into that bracket, then we must learn to give up our doings. Then we will automatically fall into the bracket. So that is what I said. There is a lot of this reprogramming stuff and all is good, but many times it doesn't affect people because बहुत नाप तोल के करते हैं सब चीजें. एक चार बार किया, फिर then they do not like the results. And most of the time when the universe is giving you the best, you will not like what the universe want because we are conditioned. So we will reject that offer. We will, to play it safe, we will not go with it, and we will choose what our mind says, and that prevents it. Anyways, let's see how we can do that thing. Yeah, your sharing is good for this.
Yeah, one more one more instance that you mentioned some in your Facebook video long back was about this one bird is sitting on the mast of the ship, and the ship is going away.
Yeah.
The bird is thinking suddenly where's the land gone, and it is roaming around, and yeah.
Yes,
So if you just sit on the mast, it will finally reach its destination.
absolutely. This was from Ramakrishna Mission. I think Ramakrishna Paramahamsa only said this. Yeah, he only said this story where the bird is sitting on the mast on the ship. It was the ship was parked actually. Boat was parked, so it went and sat on that. But and it fell asleep, and the boat went into the ocean, and suddenly it woke up and see all water, water. Now it's scared, and suddenly it sees. It hopes there is land, and it flies. It flies in north, then it flies south. Every direction it flies. It's not getting land, and it's tired and tired and tired. Finally, it comes and sits back on the same mast and gives up its own effort. And after some time, the ship reaches the destination land, because ship has to reach somewhere, some or the other time. So easily, and it can just hop and go. That's the same thing. Exactly the same story here. We keep flying and in rounds, and we are tired. And we say life is this way, life is that. We sometimes say there is water everywhere. We don't find a way. We don't know where to go. Where is there to go? Just sit in the ship there. Where the boat is taking you, just sit there. That's all that we need to do. So that stage, if it comes, then if you apply these things, it will go very, very beautifully. And I believe the evolution is much faster in that. But क्या करे, प्रारब्ध छोड़ेगा नहीं. वो करवा के छोड़ेगा जो करना है. So you will say now, people might say, then what is the point in doing all these things? प्रारब्ध को अगर करना ही है, then why try in all these things? If your prarabdha wants you to change, जिसके जिसके ये लग रहा है भीतर से, I can do it and I should do it, then your prarabdha is granting you the permission, and that prarabdha only is making you listen to this solution. और जिसका प्रारब्ध नहीं है, वो सुन के भी अनसुना कर देंगे, या समझ नहीं आएगा, या डर लग जाएगा, या भाग जाएंगे, something like that will happen, or not take it seriously, or will have hundreds of other excuses. आप सही तो बोल रहे हो, but I don't get time, or something like that will happen. It's all play of prarabdha. So I am not very fond of that dialogue where you say, "Arey sab divine will hai, to let it happen." Why? I can also say that this is divine will. If I'm speaking it, I can say it's divine will. So that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing about everything has a meaning in a deeper sense. And if you are listening and अगर आप अमल कर रहे हो उस पे, then it's divine will. It has to work, because all transformations will happen. Now when people say no, करना क्या है, अगर अपने आप होता है, अरे अपने आप हुआ है क्या? When you got gurus in life, when you got things in life, you started doing this that, यात्रा करके इधर तक आए ना. Then there was a doing there involved. That doing was the divine will only. That आप करो and you get free from that. That's how the divine will and free will are interlocked. Divine will acts through free will only. So we can never say that, what is there to do, nothing there to do. It's not possible. So as long as we have life, there will be something to do. And that is what Ira was saying, that I'm enjoying doing it. That's the whole purpose. You enjoy, and enjoy, there is two types. One is enjoy and I can't get over it. So you can enjoy an ice cream and keep eating ice cream until you get cold, and what is that? All the illnesses of cold. The other is you enjoy it, but okay, I must get over this also. You enjoy it and very detached way. You relish the ice cream, but you're not obsessed with that ice cream. That's what I'm trying to say. That gives you freedom. That is called bhog. Bhog se moksha. You can be free by experiencing life and not taking it seriously and moving ahead. Okay. Any other questions, anybody? I'm able to take life easily, okay, as it comes. Thanks for your effort and progressing. Okay. Good. No worry for problem. Accepting everything will clear the problem. The completeness has come in life with full freedom from mind. We at home keep discussing this and contemplating on this question. Grateful to be a part of SI. Neither feeling happy nor sad. Want to ask? Okay. It's inspirational for, okay. Neither feeling happy nor sad. I don't really buy into that because I can't understand how will I not feel happy and how will I not feel sad. I would rather say I feel happy but not obsessed with that happiness. Ki I have no there will be no intention this happiness should continue. That there is where the trouble comes. Problem comes when you get happiness in life and you are experiencing that. We are here to experience happiness. Who says we are not here to experience happiness? Never us. We are here to experience even sadness because when you experience sadness, only you grow. So I don't buy into that statement where you say I'm neither happy nor sad. It's not a truthful statement. I can't look into it, and I can never claim I'm not feeling happy or I'm not feeling sad. I can experience this happening, both these things happening, but only thing is I am not caught up with any of these. Not bound by happiness, not bound by sadness. They come and go like the clouds, like the seasons. And if you're trying to say that, then fine. Neither happy nor sad means happiness is coming, sadness is coming, but it's not affecting me. If you're trying to say, but affecting me means not getting caught up in it. But not experiencing happiness. I that's not the right word because I've seen the greatest of Mahatmas also experiencing bliss, experiencing sorrow, experiencing anger. You see Topi Amma, she will be angry. So how if we go to the spiritual philosophy, one should not get angry if you are spiritual. It's crap. It's not true. Ram also got angry. Ram was happy. Ram was sad. Ram also cried. Ram can never say he never experienced happiness. Ram never experienced sadness. No, because there was sadness, because there was anguish that made him do those acts. But one part of him still was about telling him, I am part of this play. See, that's a different joy when you experience happiness and you still know it's a part of play because you know that happiness will not last for long. When you know it's a play, you know what you're experiencing, that happiness, joy, you know you're experiencing, but you know it's temporary. Because you know it's temporary, you'll not take that happiness seriously, but you'll experience it. Same way, opposite. You'll experience sadness, you'll experience grief, pain. But one part of you will know that this is a passing experience. It's a bhoga. I'm here to experience this sadness also, this grief also. So I'm undergoing, but it's not forever. That also will go. So that will not make you obsessed with that sadness also, but you will experience it. So those who know that sadness will pass and those who experience are experiencing because they know it's temporary. Can they really have dukkha? Dukkha comes to an ignorant person when they have this suffering, and at that moment they feel this is forever. If they truly knew it is not forever, will they really experience this? So there is no attachment to that, you know. But it has to touch you because otherwise, I feel I'm a cabbage if I don't experience happiness, and I shouldn't become like that. I'm a human here. What are the Shambhala masters saying? I have taken the human template to experience the diversity of God. They are not saying I've become a stone to experience neither happiness, neither sadness, nothing, and just lie there as a stone. That's not humanness. In human nature, there are navarasas. Navarasas, even the gods have not been spared. They go through all those emotions, but they are not attached. So we must get these things little clear because at the same time, I do not want anybody to. I do not wish that anybody becomes like a stone or vegetable and then they say मुझे रोना भी नहीं आ रहा, आंसू भी नहीं टपकते मेरे, इतना spiritual हो गया. Then you are not spiritual. What did the Zen master say? What happens after self-realization? Master, disciple asked. And the master said, after self-realization, because the disciple asked the master, after your self-realization, what happened? And he said, I still go with the bucket to the river, bring water. I boil the water. I cook food. I laugh when I have to laugh. I cry when I have to cry. I eat when I am hungry. And I sleep when I am sleepy. That doesn't change any of these things. Just because I have become illumined, that doesn't take away my human experience. There is human experience. Okay. So anyways, these statements are good so that it fine tunes us to understand that. Otherwise, it's not really good. Because then, if people ask you, what is the success of you becoming a stone? Then you will say SIA. Then, with the stones, people will come here to me. So, you teach people to become stone hearted. Absolutely not. Hey, do you see me like that anytime? When I'm angry, you see me angry. If I'm pissed off, if I'm cheerful, I'm cheerful. If I'm happy, I'm happy. If I'm sad, you'll see it on my face. And I cry also. If I have to, purposely, I'll not cry. If something touches me, I'm telling you, if something touches me that's very touchy, tears will come. And I experience sadness. I do experience sadness. But there is blessing in that sadness. There is a certain happiness in that sadness. There is a certain relief in that sadness. There is compassion and love in that sadness. So it's wrong to say that we don't experience anything. You have to experience everything. Then check out, recheck on life, recheck on the definitions, or recheck on what maybe we have misinterpreted some teachings. Life is not that way. Life must be lived in all these emotions, but in freedom of all these emotions. Let us be humans first and gods later. Any other questions? Yeah, that is the reason for me asking that, are we happy with what we have been doing? If you're happy, then that's good. That indication of being happy is being on the right path. Happy doesn't mean, because some people might think happiness means, yes, I did this meditation and I got wealth in life. I got my whom I had loved. I got that person in my life, or I did not have this. I brought a car in my life. So definitely I'm happy. No, I don't mean by that. That happiness will go. It's not for long. Happiness means the contentment and the peace of freedom. That's what I ask. Freedom from all these bondages. Freedom from your own mind. You're seeing your own mind was catching so much. Now you see it's not troubling you so much. The others were there who were troubling you from outside. Now I don't say they have stopped troubling. They are continuing probably, but my mind is not reacting, or I'm not feeling it like it was before. Previously, there was what lot of anxiety and worries about my futures and this and that. Now, maybe it's reduced or it's not there. Previously, there was so much of obsession with people, places, and things, and moha, attachment, and so much of pain and worry and anxiety coming out of that. Now, it doesn't make a difference. Previously, there was so much fear of death and what will happen to me, where will I go? What? Now I know okay, it's a casual process. I am prepared for a lot of things. So previously, there was a lot of complaints in life. I'm not in this. I'm not happy with these circumstances. What? Why me? Why me? Why me? Now I understand. Okay, it's a part of my blueprint, my prarabdha. But I understand. My life is not going to end here. Life is beyond this also. Right now, I'm in this situation. Okay, it's meant to be. When I cover it, clear it in this janma, next janma, whatever, temporary phase. Now, what I'm doing, I'm learning to be free in this kind of an environment because our whole practice is to be free where you are. It is not asking you to change or ditch things, leave things. It is simply telling, have mastery and be free in that zone, not be bound by any of these things in any manner. So yes, that is happening to me. That is what I mean by saying, am I happy with where I am? And so much of clarity. Previously, I was so full of doubts. I don't know where I am, where life is going, what is spirituality, what next. I have no. Now I am crystal clear. I know. I even have idea. Okay, where my flaws are. If I do these things, I know it will get set right. Maybe I'm not able to do, but I know there is clarity. That is what we mean by progress on the path. So progress, I don't mean I become healthier, wealthier stuff. That वो तो कोई भी करता है. Even the law of attraction people do it. There's nothing big in it. Spiritual means you get into all that, but you are even free of that. So you can say that, previously I didn't know about it. Now I am able to attract things what I want and manifest things, but at the same time not bound by it. So that's kind of a confidence that I have, that I have this skill where anytime I want anything, I can have it without being attached to it. So yes, I'm free. That way I'm free. Be free of worry. What and how, all those things. So this is what I mean by am I happy? And I'm sure most of you were meaning that only when you say I'm happy with where I am. But it doesn't end there. It goes deeper and deeper. This phrase of what we are telling I'm happy is only an inspiration for your journey. And you must acknowledge this. The reason I ask this question is most of the time we are in habitual, you know, we become very habitual. So sometimes if we are coming from a phase where there are a lot of negativity in life, complaints in life, this is not happening, that is not happening, this is not right, that is not right. If we have been coming with that kind of a, sometimes when you even come into these practices, and even if things are happening good, the mind will simply catch those things only which is not happening in the complaining mode. Still, but things are changing, but mind is not seeing that. So when I ask these kind of questions and when I give details of this, then you might contemplate and yeah, that way it's changing. So there I want your attention to go to that which is changing in life. Because if you catch that, as I said, the sutra is feeling. If you catch that and you start feeling good, you will manifest that. You will manifest exactly what you feel. I always say, right? You do not attract by what you think or what you do. You attract by what you are. And what are you? You're feeling. How do you feel right now? That is what you are. Rather than asking, are you happy? Are you sad? How are you feeling right now? You'll go deep into that. Because if I say, how are you? You're going to say, I'm fine. And I'm fine is a fake. Verbally, you're saying. When you're saying, I'm fine, do you pause and feel what you're feeling? You might not be feeling good. That feeling is the truth. So if you are aware of your feeling, be aware. That is what you are creating. It is very crystal clear. Our suppressed emotions, our own suppressed emotions, which we have not expressed properly, which has not got an expression, that is emitting a certain kind of vibe, that only always translates into our moods and feelings and emotions. That is why that inner alchemy and all those things we did, that has to change from there. Because outside, how much ever we feel or we pretend to be happy or optimistic, oh, I am a positive thinker. Thinking doesn't matter, your feeling goes. You might be thinking good, but what are you feeling? That is where your subconscious is simply catching and absorbing it. Where feeling is the sutra that you install in your subconscious. So if certain emotions are giving you negative vibes, You are nailing it in your subconscious, and future going to produce it, reproduce it in a much more impactful way. That is why this awareness, deep awareness, which is there, what we are practicing, it will minimize, because when something is coming from the past and things like that, if you are living in your mind, past and future will attack you. If you're living in awareness, it's only present. You're in the moment, enjoying and relishing what is there right now. So when you're in this phase, you cannot be troubled by those old past stuff. And if you do not access your old files, you'll simply not feel that. If you don't feel that, you'll not attract it. You're not embedding it into your subconscious. So what are you feeling right now? What do I feel right now? If you are in awareness, I feel free. This whole satsang today, we are talking about that freedom, right? I'm free. Even in sadness, you're free. You're not obsessed with it. So inside, what is your internal feeling? If you're feeling free despite all the troubles, then that is what you are sowing in your subconscious, and that will come into light. So consciously, it is little difficult. So that is why positive thinkers fail, because the power of their subconscious is more powerful. So if you know how to access this twilight zone, most of the work is at midnight. I mean, at night. In the retreats, we do those practices. This time we'll be doing that every single night. And we'll do it very seriously. And these things I'll discuss there also. Reprogramming. And at night, because the last entry in your twilight zone just before that sleep, that is a meditative state. Even the most ignorant people meditate. They enter into meditation. Before falling asleep, they enter into that state. Even that is known as the prayer state. When you pray, you enter into that zone. When you are in deep prayer, you praying to God or whatever, you have entered that zone. There is no I, there is no this, there's only that surrender, that deep connection. And that God is nowhere but your subconscious only. So you connect to that, and that moment is very the right time to implant. And look what we do. Check this out. If you guys are in your sleep, before sleep, check this out. Is very, very crucial state. What you sleep with is what you're sowing for your future. Most of the time, the last thought that you have, last feeling that you have, will translate itself into the next day and even manifest many of the things just one night before. What you do, if you are very cautious, you'll see it as manifested in the day. Similar type of emotions and emotional dramas which is there. Very crucial period it is, but most of us are unconsciously doing it. We go to bed crying, we go to bed complaining, we go to bed grumbling, we go to bed worrying. Most dangerous, because what you worry, you're feeling, and you're simply putting fuel into that to manifest. Let's say you're sick, so if you go into sleep feeling sick, you'll wake up sick, you'll manifest sickness. So there are some things we need to be little careful about, because mind is very powerful, especially those who are doing these practices. They are very careful. Tantra is the most. You must have heard about hypnosis. Hypnotic trance. Same stuff. That zone. Hypnosis is done to people when they enter into that state. It is done deliberately. The people don't talk about these stuff, but I'm telling. Normally, a trance is induced into people, and then a certain command or certain stuff is put into the head, which manifests in itself. That stuff, whatever is put, may necessarily not be a negative word or anything. But whatever the person wants to implant, they can do it. So that is that trance zone. Previously, when I was meditating, some meditations I was doing, and I was in the trance, I was listening to, because we listen, we are hearing. In that, I heard some odd words, and somewhere I knew that word is a hypnotic word. It has to do with hypnotism. I said, "Did I hear that? Why is it coming?" From then, I was little shaken up. What has that word got to do in deep spiritual meditations? After that, I was not able to connect. These things are there. It's very, very much there. So I'm not talking about others. See, when you are not aware of your own stuff, others can take advantage. But if you are fully aware and have knowledge of these things, are cautious about these things, have awareness about these things, you won't allow anything to happen. Instead of somebody implanting into your head, you can implant. You have to implant. It's your life. What exactly you want. So these are all the simple things, simple yet powerful things. Be very careful when you sleep. Sleep and meditation both have this free zone. Even before entering to meditation, you go into that twilight zone. Before entering to sleep, also, you go into that twilight zone. And both these spots are the gateways or doorways to your subconscious. Okay. Maybe in December, we'll do that program and do it in full awareness. So, in that state, whatever you ask for, but what the problem is, there is no asker. गायब हो जाते हैं. When you are in deep that state, if you are able to recreate or create the feeling of what you want in that time, then it manifests very fast. But the only thing is we are not conscious about it. So that practice of Ramana in Upadesaram, in Who Am I, where in the retreat I was telling, last retreat or before that, I think last retreat only, where everybody was going into the deep trance, and then fading away. And I said, no. If you remember, I was telling, become aware, and again you become aware. That Tantra is so deep that you simply want to uh, be unconscious. You want to enter into that unconscious zone. But the practice of who am I, the chasing the ego, that part is there. You must be there to see that ego, that question of questioning, of seeing first the mind. There is no mind. The thought. This will be understood only by those who have done Upadesaram and who am I. The mind, there is nothing called mind. It is made up of thoughts. And then you start chasing the thoughts. Then you see there are no multiple thoughts. All are coming from one thought. When you actually are focusing on it, you'll see that one thought is the I thought. And that's the ego. And when you stare into that, where is this I coming from? You're blank. You go blank. And then you have to be reminded, no, become aware. And then you come out of that. Again, you go into that, again you're going. That is called manonasha, that process, that state. So there, see, you're trying to be awake, trying to be awake. These all practices lead us there. You must be conscious of that state. Ashtavakra Gita and what we are talking about, where even in deep sleep you're aware. In dream sleep also you're aware. That comes when you practice in Jagrita and this twilight zone. That is why in the retreats I was asking, do it at night. That full awareness of how the ego is disappearing. At sleeping, not meditation. So when you go into that, if you are investigating, In your sleep also, you are that investigator, the aware being investigating things that will be alive. Anyways, those are all very deep kind of stuff. So I think today's session we can end it here. And those who are coming to Tirunamalai will meet there. So I'm today will be the last session for this month. And if we have some opportunity from there, we'll do sessions. What happens if we go after desires after without witnessing? Ego takes over. Is the desire fulfilled? Of course, it is fulfilled. Because if you, what happens if you go after the desire without witnessing, without awareness? That is what we have done all our life, right? And what has happened? Ego takes over. Desire is fulfilled, 100%. When desire is fulfilled, when we say without awareness, when a desire is fulfilled, there are a lot of chances you'll be stuck in it. But when desires get fulfilled in awareness, you're detached from it. And that's what we are trying to tell. That's what my guru used to teach so deeply. Bhog se moksha. He said you shouldn't stop your experiences. You should go and experience it to the fullest. But what many could not catch is that you don't experience it in non-awareness, because if you experience it in ignorance, you're stuck by it. You'll go into it deep. You'll be obsessed by it. And bhoga will continue. Moksha will not come. You'll tumble down. That is how many just go on. Oh, I'm creating. I want to create my destiny. And they create, manifest. Ignorance, where they are not aware. Why am I creating it? It's for a temporary experience so that I experience and transcend it. So transcendence is not there. Only bhoga. So that is what you asked. Without witnessing, if I chase the desires, will ego take over and fulfill it? Yes, it will fulfill. And that's what it's doing. Our life has come till here. All fulfillments have happened unconsciously only. Ego takes over, karma takes over, and manifests it. But if you become aware of that manifestation, I'm not telling it should not. Prarabdha should not take place. Let it take place. But you are aware. When you are aware, you can finish that bhoga and transcend it. Okay. Fine. So, Irai, are you here? Oh, yeah. Okay, fine. Is it okay if I put this on YouTube? Or do you want me to? It's okay? Okay, fine. I'll put this because it's a good topic what we talked about. It might help others also. So we'll end with awareness. We don't do this, but I feel like doing. Every night before sleeping, try to do this simple practice. Even if it is 5 minutes, do it intensively. Intensely. In total depth and sincerity. 5 to 10 minutes also you do before sleeping, and go to sleep in this manner only, with the feeling of what you want. Because we will not be having much of sessions again, regular ones. So this is like a homework. You can treat it for the entire month. Even 21 days if you do, it's good. You'll see drastic changes. And I'm telling only just even 10 minutes before your sleep. Same process. Whatever you want, you program it. First, you get into the state of I'm presence, pure presence. And awareness means being aware of everything, including your thoughts. If you go with your thoughts, then you're not aware. You are the old conditioned person who loves to float with the thoughts. Come on, at least 5 to 10 minutes, you must have the courage to look at your thoughts. Are we so poor Are we such weaklings? Even 10 minutes we cannot witness these thoughts? Are we such slaves? We have made ourselves slaves. We are not slaves. We have made ourselves because of our conditioning, because of our refusal to understand how to better our lives. It's very simple, very simple. So I'm telling, don't make it 1 hour, 2 hours, nothing. 5, 10 minutes practice. Even if you don't get it, practice repeatedly. 10 minutes, it's possible. It's not a big deal. If I tell 1 hour, then you'll say it's too much. 10 minutes before sleep, make it a strict rule. Throw away your mobiles and throw away all that nonsense. Just 10 minutes before sleep. I'm just with it. Even if you're using mobile till 15 minutes before sleep also. They say, 2 hours, 1 hour before keep away. I'm telling you, but that 10, 15 minutes, be sincere. When you throw it away, throw it away. You're only in this feeling. If you are in fear, feel protected. That's all. While going to sleep, I'm fully protected. And how's the feeling? I'm protected in divine love and light. And go to sleep in that. You'll start manifesting. Okay, it's a simple practice. It's not a meditation. Didn't do anything. It's there. Everything is there. You just became conscious and aware of it. That's all. So, but you can see the depth of how it can go. So keep doing this every night. Okay. So I think we'll end this session today here with a small prayer. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudayachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May we all be blessed. May we all evolve. May we all be free. Stay blessed. Bye.